Hey everybody, Eric Smith here with an update, I suppose, on my Secret History of the World by F. Paul Wilson reading list, or my F. Paul Wilson's Secret History of the World reading list. I've already read, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books from the Secret History of the World, which is just a fraction of what there is. For those of you who don't know, if for some reason this is the first video of mine that you're watching, F. Paul Wilson, fantastic writer. A lot of his stuff, short stories, novels, all fall into this Secret History of the World, and I decided to read through the books that I had in chronological order from a story point of view, not like release date or anything. Read through them, review them, talk about how they all fit together. And so I made an introductory video some time ago, and in the description I listed all the books that I was going to read, which was basically the 4-ish books in the Adversary cycle, and then all of the Repairman Jack books. And I say 4-ish because I guess it'd be 5-ish, because one of the books is both an Adversary cycle book and a Repairman Jack book. So that was it, just the Adversary cycle and Repairman Jack. Since then, since I started doing this, I bought a bunch of other books that fit into the Secret History of the World. There are, I'm just glancing over there, looks like there's 4, maybe 5. There's 5 that take place. All right, there's 3 that take place before the stuff that I've already done, so I'm not adding them to the list. I will eventually read them. I'll do other videos. That's a long time coming, but because I'm going to stick with the chronology that I'm working on now. So there's 3 that definitely take place before where I started, which was with The Keep. And then there's 2 that are short story collections. So those stories, some of those stories take place before, some take place during and after what I've already read. So again, those are going to wait. I'll talk about those sometime in the future. So hopefully that made sense. So I'm going to give you an updated list, and I'm going to show you some of the books, not all of them. I didn't feel like taking all of my Repairman Jack books off the shelf. So I'm going to show you some of the books that are coming up. But first, the books that I've read so far, and this is all under the Secret History of the World playlist on my channel if you want to go back and watch these videos. But I started with The Keep, which takes place during World War II, and it's not a bad place to start for this series. It sets up a lot of stuff. But that's the first of the Adversary cycle books. I followed that with Reborn, which is the second Adversary cycle book. The rest of these have been Repairman Jack, The Tomb, which is the first Repairman Jack, followed by Legacies, Conspiracies, All the Rage, Hosts, The Haunted Heir, and Gateways is the most recent one that I have read and reviewed. It's up. You can watch any of these. Watch me talk about any of these. So that's what I've read and covered so far. Now, let me find the correct thing on my phone. This is the updated list. So this is from Gateways forward. And I'll put all this in the description below. Just the stuff post Gateways. I'm not going to repeat stuff that I've already done. And I'll probably make note if it's a Repairman Jack book, if it's an Adversary cycle book, and then a lot of these are just sort of standalones, but part of the Secret History. But anyway, let's see. So I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to check this and make sure. Well, no. I guess anything I don't show you is going to be a Repairman Jack. So I don't really need to look at that. So the next book coming up is Crisscross That's a Repairman Jack book. The next one, Infernal, is Repairman Jack. Harbingers, Repairman Jack. Bloodline, Repairman Jack. You know what? I'm going to double check that. Let's see. What did I say? Crisscross, Infernals, Harbingers, and Bloodline. Yep. All Repairman Jack. So then we've got... Now I'm going to show you something. The Fifth Harmonic. I got a nice little hardback. I'm not going to go over what all of these books are, especially since I read the, I read this, but it's when I got it, and I don't remember everything that it's about. But anyway, so this is the first one that I'm slotting into that list, the Fifth Harmonic. Hopefully I won't knock things over. Next up, we have Panacea. Not sure if that's how you say it. Got a little paperback there. This is, I think it's part of like a trilogy, but it's also part of the Secret History of the World. So there we go. Nice little paperback. And that is followed by The God Gene, which is the second book in that trilogy. Again, I believe, yes, characters returning from Panacea. I guess I wasn't paying attention or didn't care, because of these 3 books, you're going to see the third one here eventually. 2 are paperbacks. I don't know why I got this one in hardback, but I don't care that much. Let's see. So that is The God Gene, followed by the Sword, another Repairman Jack. Ground Zero, which is a Repairman Jack. Then we have The Touch, which is an Adversary cycle book. I had this one before all this stuff, but these were easy for me to grab, so I figured I'd show it to you. The Touch, then we have The Void Protocol. That is the one that I believe is the third in that trilogy. You can see it's a paperback, same size as the other one. But let's see. Looking to see if it has the same characters, but I don't know. Anyway, The Void Protocol. Then, the Peabody-Ozymandias Traveling Circus and Oddity Emporium. That's a mouthful. So there's another one. I already know some of how this ties in with the whole thing. We've already seen this. If you've read along or watched the videos, we've seen this Circus. Traveling Circus and Oddity Emporium. Oh no, my phone. Okay, so there's another one. Let's see. Next up, we have Last Christmas. This is a Repairman Jack, but because it's trade paperback and not regular size paperback, it's not on the shelf where I would have had to pull everything down. It's in one of the piles. So I can show you this, and if you care, all the Repairman Jack covers look like that. So you're not missing anything by not seeing the covers. Then we have Reprisal, which is another Repairman Jack. What am I saying? It's right in front of me. It's another Adversary cycle. See, I like that all my Repairman Jack books look like this, even though they're all mass market paperback size, except for this one. And all my Adversary cycle books look like this. I like it. So there's Reprisal, another Adversary cycle book. So looking forward to reading all of these. Then we have Fatal Error, which, let's double check now, is Repairman Jack. The Dark at the End, another Repairman Jack, followed by Signalz, which is actually the newest book of all this stuff that I have, but it's an Adversary cycle, and it actually fits. It's a prelude. It says Prelude to Nightworld, which is the last book on this list, which is the one that's both an Adversary cycle and a Repairman Jack book. But actually, a lot of this stuff wasn't written in order. There was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, well, I know for a fact that Signalz and The Last Christmas are recent, and they're slotted into the timeline. But anyway, so there you go. This is, here, you get to watch me count again. My phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more books that I'm going to be reading for this series. So it's going to take a while. And that's just the stuff that's chronologically moving forward. As I said, I have 5 more that actually fit into the series that I'll get to eventually. After I've finished these, I'll get to those and sort of do retro reviews. Or I'm not going to try to slot them in. I'll do those. And there are other things that I don't have. So if I happen to pick those up, I'd have to maybe rework this list. But I think I've got most of it. Just the Repairman Jack prequels I didn't get, and the young Repairman Jack I don't have, but most of this other stuff I have. I'm looking at the list in the back of Signalz. It's got the comprehensive Secret Histories list. If I could get that page, you can see right there. And it's 2 pages, and a lot of it is short stories, which I have now because I have those short story collections. Anyway, I'm being rambly, but that's it. So that's the updated list. I will put all these titles in the description below. I will try to mark what's Repairman Jack, what's Adversary Cycle. The other ones, again, kind of stand on their own. So there you have it, I suppose. Feel free to go back and watch the older videos. As a matter of fact, please go back and watch the other videos. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers, but I didn't really talk about a specific book, so what are we going to spoil? But comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please check out my Secret History of the World series, as well as, all my other stuff. And if you want to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comics, board games, and fuzzy animals, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. And I guess that's it. Thank you very much. And until next time, read more books.